They are teasing something big, as Cody Bellinger's agent has come out and answered some questions on what a reunion with the Dodgers would look like, and if Cody Bellinger would entertain. And what agent Scott Boras had to say has a lot of people talking. We're going to be breaking it down, going over what this means going into free agency for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and also, once again, why this is a very smart decision for the Dodgers to think about. And we're going to be breaking it all down here in this video. Before we do jump into it, though, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, be sure to hit the sub button. Join us here on the channel. It is 100% free, and we have multiple Dodgers videos coming out every single day. With any bit of news that comes out, you will have it right here on the channel, the #1 spot on YouTube for all of your news. But we need to jump straight in, and I want to first pull up what Scott Boras has to say. And when we jump into this, this has a lot of people thinking about what this really means in hindsight. Cody had a great experience with the Dodgers, Rookie of the Year, MVP, and he was like a Hollywood star. That's suggesting a return to Los Angeles is not off the table. Now, we have spoken about Cody Bellinger here on the channel multiple times throughout free agency, but more and more things continue to come out, which makes this seem more and more likely. At first, we were stuck in the Kyle Tucker kind of mindset. That has slowly started to take a step back. The bullpen has started to take a step up. But at the end of the day, the conversation about Cody Bellinger has remained very steady and has been subtly increasing over the past little while, and this is the biggest update that we have had on Cody Bellinger thus far in free agency. We know the Dodgers are planning something big. They want to add to their outfield with the injuries that this team is so far dealing with. Of course, Kike Hernandez, whether or not he does return is still a question, but he is out with an injury for the summer, or excuse me, for the offseason, for the winter. Teoscar Hernández is getting surgery, when he was dealing with injuries throughout the season, leading a lot of questions as to will the outfield be healthy enough to play. And with Cody Bellinger right now being a projected $30 million contract, much less than Kyle Tucker, and is one that in a bidding war, the Dodgers would have to, at some point, consider overpaying, which is still a big question, but we know this team would be certainly willing to do so. And there's been a few things that have come out and kind of leading all to this point, with this really being the biggest decision regarding free agency outside and even probably over at this point what this team needs to do with a top arm for the bullpen. And for the earlier part of this year's free agency, there needs to be a focus on the outfield and the help that they can bring to this team with a consistent bat. And now, Cody Bellinger, not really known for a consistent bat, but certainly increased that. And when you look at how, first of all, on defense he would help, there's open slots in the outfield all around, as well as, we know, Freddie Freeman getting older. Cody Bellinger can also play first base to help out there on a day that you may see Freddie Freeman have an off day, and you want to keep Max Muncy on third. So the versatility there for the outfield and also the infield at this point is a major bonus for Cody Bellinger, even when you're looking for him as a bat primarily. And when we look at Cody Bellinger, we know he's been a target. Alden Gonzalez has come out and had multiple quotes. These are from some today, so we do have some updated ones. He has to say, they're also expressed interest in a reunion with Bellinger. According to sources, though it remains to be seen whether they'd be motivated enough to win a potential bidding war with the Yankees. And that's really where the Dodgers find themselves now, in a bidding war with the Yankees. It really seems at this point right now that there is nobody else in on Cody Bellinger. It seems like it is the Dodgers and the Yankees. Both are fighting for his bat really is the main asset, but also what he brings elsewhere and how he can perform in big situations. And with Kyle Tucker, like I said, staying on the back burner for the Dodgers, really not at this point being a target, even though we're seeing all kinds of outlets list him as still a main priority. The Dodgers keeping an eye on him, but not to the extent that many people are thinking. And with Cody Bellinger having that bat, you see still the expected batting average, on base, everything a little bit under average. That is still much better than when he was last going off with the Dodgers. And the power's still there. The batting run value, his fielding is great. He's pretty quick. Everything works. Everything works for this team. And I mean, this has not changed. This has been getting better and better every year since he did leave Los Angeles on the first time. And with these two teams, it is between the Yankees and the Dodgers, and you're seeing these things still. Mark Feinstein of MLB saying the Yankees are clear favorites to sign Cody Bellinger. But when you have Scott Boras coming out and discussing those kind of ideas of Cody Bellinger coming back to this team, and this from Alden Gonzalez right here, the Dodgers aren't expected to be one of the more aggressive suitors for Kyle Tucker, sources have indicated, but they'll remain on a periphery if the market collapses and a short-term high-dollar deal becomes appealing to his representatives at Excel. All of this coming together to make more and more kind of connections between where the Dodgers currently stand in their free agency side of things, Cody Bellinger, that decision that he has, Scott Boras, in that interview, which he said those comments at Dodger Stadium. There's a lot of conversations going around, and the Dodgers are certainly jumping into that conversation more and more each day. And when you're looking at that, from his last appearance with the Dodgers, from Chicago to New York, those last 3 seasons that he has had, a significant jump. And I mean, I don't even know how to describe it other than just a sheer, a massive leap at that when you're looking at his last 2 seasons, really 3 at least, from the Dodgers to the Cubs for those 2 seasons and Yankees last year. Now, yes, you can say what you want, Yankee Stadium, smaller field, whatever, but Cody Bellinger has hit moonshots out of that park and would translate well to LA as well. So I am really liking what we're seeing, and I feel like Dodgers fans also like what we saw. And I mean, let's not forget the reunion that he had when the pitch clock got a strike to him in his return to Dodger Stadium after ultimately leaving. Fans loved him. I'm sure a lot of people want him back, and that's what I'm asking you guys right now as well, with all of these new updates from what had come out from his agent across the MLB, Alden Gonzalez. Do you want to see the Dodgers sign Cody Bellinger back to this team? Give me a Y for yes and N for no here in the comments below. And I really do think the longer and the more that this does come to fruition, how long this is waiting and how long we're waiting, I'm curious to see if the Dodgers are really willing to go into a heavy bidding war with the Yankees. And even though $30 million is his projection, you could really, in my opinion, see it up close to 35, maybe 40, depending on how, first of all, how many teams are looking for Cody Bellinger. Second of all, how many teams really want to go out here and spend that for him. But we know the Yankees, we know the Dodgers, they will be willing to do that. So let me know what you think here in the comments below. That's all I got in this video, though. If you did enjoy, give it a like, hit the sub button as well. I'm signing out, though. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.